Welcome, my name is Colleen Tauke and I'm the sewing specialist here at Fons Porter. In this Quilting Quickly tutorial, I'm going to show you how to put together the pieces for the quilt called Triangle Time. If you'd like to purchase this pattern, please visit our website. Okay, we've got a great collection of kind of vintage looking dark prints and 2.5-inch strips. Then we've got some light 2.5-inch strips, and we're using this wonderful kind of antique gold as the background setting to make all those jewel tones really pop out. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cutting triangles from both of the dark and the light prints in a smaller version, and then a larger triangle from the background fabric. And I'm going to quickly move those and we will talk about the cutting. What we're going to be using is the Fons Porter 60-degree pyramid ruler. We also publish those templates in our magazine, so you can, if you would like, purchase template plastic and just trace those and use those to cut your triangles. But the pyramid ruler works really well for cutting off of strips. It's set up so that you can find your strip width along one side here. It will tell you the finished size of your pyramid shape down the center in the yellow dot. So what we're going to be doing is that we can take our strip. Let's do the large one first. We can do a strip of that background fabric, and it is cut at 4.5 inches wide, and you can see there the 4.5 inches set along the very bottom of the strip. The top is a blunted kind of end, and it's engineered so that later you can see in the construction why we made it that way. It's great for lining pieces up. So we're going to go in and we're going to cut the triangles that are needed for kind of the background portion of this quilt. Cut here, and then I'm going to rotate this so I'm cutting from a safe direction. You always want to be cutting, pushing the blade away from your body. So we've got triangles like this. Now if you aren't using the ruler, you can use that template that you made, lay it on the strip. It will lay perfectly the same size as your strip, and then you can, using your favorite marking tool for fabric, you can mark a line along the side of your template, go in with a rotary cutter and a ruler, and just then cut those. And just proceed the same way you would with the acrylic ruler, marking and cutting. You wouldn't have to do the marking part if you're using the acrylic ruler, but down the strip to get all of the large triangles that you need for this quilt. Then, in the same manner, I'll use a light colored strip so it's easier for you to see, you can either make again that acrylic or a little template plastic and mark and cut those, or you can use the 60-degree pyramid ruler, again cutting those off of a 2.5-inch strip. Keep me honest here. Strips we had were pre-cuts 2.5, so it lines up along the 2.5 there. The blunted end lines up with the opposite side of the strip, and we can cut those quite quickly. Nice part about having pre-cuts is that you would have all these great combination of fabrics that kind of go together, ready to jump into the cutting of all of your pyramid shapes. So you're going to be cutting all of those needed. I've got some ready to go. So we're going to be placing this so that the light triangle points down on the quilt. Then we're going to put the small dark color triangles together and construct the inside of our, or these shapes that are created with darks and light in the center. Now the construction of those is just a simple row kind of construction. What you can do is put one on triangle, right sides together. Remember we had that blunted end? It will fit perfectly into the corner so that when you're doing your 1/4 inch seaming, you'll know exactly how to place them. Then open that one out, press, add your second side. The nice part is you may want to stack them in this order and then work through the rows so that you have to put one on at a time, because if you were to sew here, you can't, you've got 2 layers, so you have to make sure you stop and press, open those out, add the second side. In the same way, you'll see that little triangle where you've got that engineered corner helping you out. and then you've created a row, and then you can just top this one along there and stitch, press out, and you have a block like this. And you'll see these little dog ears come out, and they're actually overlapping. I left them behind until I was completely done, and you'll see that they perfectly lay one over the top of the other. That way you know you have a 1/4 inch from the raw edge of your small triangle to your intersection. Perfect little triangles. Now you're going to be creating rows, and the diagram in our pattern will help you for placement. Got 2 partial rows here. The quilt starts with a triangle in the top right left-hand corner. Then you put in one of your constructed triangles with a light in the center, making sure it's pointing down, alternating back and forth to create your rows. And it's a simple seaming laying. They lay right over the top of each other. Again, you'll have that engineered spot so you'll know exactly where to line things up. 1/4 inch seam and press to get your row. Now once you have rows constructed, and this would be a longer row, this is a portion of a row, then you need to worry about how to join the rows together. And so it's your intersections here, and if you've never done that, lining it up, I can show you. Right sides together, you would drop a pin from the back to the front, right at the tip of that gold triangle. Take the tip of your pin into the triangle that will be right below it in the next row. And that is kind of like your North Pole. It goes down through those intersections. Then leave the pin in place, pin this direction, and then those will be right over the top of each other and ready for you to seam this across. And you can do that at each of the intersections as you work your way across the rows, joining them together. Once you have your rows joined, you're going to realize that you have triangles off of both the left and the right side that are sticking out. And you'll notice that in the diagrams. And we talk about how to go in and trim away just portions of those blocks. And you'll want to make sure that you get from your intersection here a 1/4 inch out from that, then trim that part away. So your quilt would be a rectangle when you're finished. We went in, just put a matching gold binding, and triangle time is ready for your use. If you'd like to see more of our Quilting Quickly tutorials, please visit our website. Thanks for joining me.